Hello, no, not for my call by New Savina Gate was for Panish short time. So first time near our joining New Savina Gate, also give me a subscribe button. No, me also too. But let us school by break time, please. Now, send a bit latest to the baby and begin to quickly a story no way. Now, this week, after the crash of the helicopter, there was a whole lot of controversies all over social media. Emma, guy by a friend, Fante comedy, host TikTok live. Na lady bi ya friend akosia jollof and some other counterparts so joining live no now we joining live no and we pushing some narratives I want them say your man penya autisui currently John Dramani Mahama no the anya the obehunie and na ban no and the obehunie na bibi born kwa more and eba besi I want so and I'm say on the which is on the 12th of August sorry please on the 13th of August I Wednesday I train ya and I buy the almost so mu the akwakoto aban kuku munti so we share that video really well screen so and Fante comedy no ya diga ma a grant on bill which is 100,000 Ghana cedis. But you go to a lawyer, no, wabra we change and also before that, no.
So we are granting a bail, and it means that the case will take its normal course. Now he's been granted bail.
Cancer, what's the SL party back? Cancer, you be president, you be you in the net or something.
Sabri, the matter is sub judice, case in the court, and to me, as a lawyer, because I'll be charged for contempt of court.
So you don't even be able to condemn it?
Yeah, a war, no person watching the DSTV court, and the more who can catch him. But I cannot go into the substance of the matter. And expressing an opinion has the potential to prejudice the decision of the court. I cannot do that.
Please, what are the bail conditions?
100,000. The sum of 100,000 with two sureties who are public officers or gainfully employed. That's
and who are we referring to? Whose bail condition is? Fante comedy or Fante comedy?
Yes, Fante commander.
The Fante comedy guy.
I'm sure the others will follow suit. And I won't be counsel for tomorrow's case. So that one is not before the court door, but at least I'm privy to the charge sheet. So
which one is happening tomorrow?
So it's happening tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll be in court to do that.
And please, what time?
And the uti lawyer no so I say the aka no dey omuda so process no mo hwe dia circuit court, Accra circuit court no ebe mamo. Okay, quickly you read the next story man. I hear Okatakye Afrifa. Okatakye Afrifa actually say the current government on NDC no during the campaign period no and then as for no they just used I said more use when no ma dampe I dancehall artist I Shatta wale. Now you need should I say it's alleged because me during the campaign time I can me Shatta wale in anywhere near campaigning for NDC, but according to Okatakye Afrifa no he was used, but okay in some points in some programs actually Shatta wale making some utterances say obia nim say obeto aba papa and the omun trying so oba so oye ready so oba be president and omun to aba man so say so mko mistake no san ye another aba wa bra na the former party was on MPP be free so no that was his statement he made.
Shatta wale some of my use no jano o sa Shatta no ya beto aba na ne nkasa ye bi ni ade na wo ka bibua adwoma ama so beba ne abeboa ana mo use ni follow ndi nya vote ni ade na wo mo wie gogovi afa ya de yoko no na mo yeso Shatta ne de enche na adwene no atiasi na ye man kwan ni undistract no ebekwa ko wiesi ba ko wiesi wo be sa ka bi kura tiaye je ne mu ni kan nwura no eti we ni eni kan ma Shatta na kana no ato na sa ne yusu nipa mo na mo yusu Shatta ana mo ye sese ni ade ave mo ba ya mo se yusu ade na Shatta na ma ne lawyers atwera call ayi FBI ne wa se me kai yampa no so lawyer ne twera call na FBI na ma ayi se ade eti me no ka se Shatta so wo prepare so be si wo na wo yes so ye nya sa ne brand no wo mo ye ase no why wo mo ye ase no if say ya nya de sa Shatta e wa bo amu.
Okay, yeah, right into our next topic story. I am the communications minister for and tech and innovations. I am Honorable Sam George. Sorry, Honorable Sam George. Yes. What about told you the India also spend the DSTV, which is multi-choice channel no multi-choice limited no the India also suspended we no say or no kasai no kasa no like it was like no raise shoulders now omo person omo chire no dia the onu nim like say ye na ade no e wo yen I say mu na mo hia ndi the pen e no chim say no price no na obis okomunim ko bisa mo say we ye CD no a depreciate ye CD no a BT dollar no say you see ano CD no is doing well nti na mo bema prices so na them started prices going up no from the time the former government na dollar no then nam 17 cedis na so he thought is that okay it was like kind of understandable, but see, the CD has depreciated. Like the CD, are at least manageable. In such a way it can be managed. So why say see CD na we no musu mu inye we mu ma mo prices number from. So be I bet me akona every with it. Na omuchire ma omu say David no there ntimi we na we some George and ahane and my mama 1 month 30 days mom 30 days some konjun humbra and yes there after that there's now still move person number terminate your contract no pamu efikumu but
well I made it clear when I did my accountability series that if they did not come to us with a reduction for the Ghanaian people, I had made a request for 30%. If they did not do that, I was going to trigger the suspension.
30% or nothing less?
That's my ask, 30%. And there's a reason behind the 30%. Some people have said, oh, why don't you do 10%, 15%? In April this year, MultiChoice increased their prices by 15%. In April this year. At that time, the CD had appreciated by about 10% against the dollar. What was the reason for MultiChoice's increases over the last 8 years? Depreciation of the CD, high interest rates, instability of the currency. As of April this year that they did a 15% increase, we had stability of the currency and appreciation of the currency. We had dropping inflation rates. The macroeconomic indicators were looking better. So there was absolutely no justification for that 15%. So I'm reversing that 15% and then demanding a further 15% for the Ghanaian people. So,
and this is non-negotiable.
They have said to me that they have a position that says we are not going to drop by even 1 cent. And I've said to them, and you see, my advice to businesses is don't fight your regulator. You can't fight a regulator and win. I have taken steps, and you see, when I say that I have engaged, I've gone as far as speaking to the South African Minister for ICT, Suleiman Matlasi, to speak to them. But MultiChoice is taking a recalcitrant position because they think, and it's wrong calculation, that the Ghanaian people will turn on Sam George because of the EPL. But you see, as a regulator, we have a responsibility where there is a monopoly to act in the interest of the people. And this behavior is not the first time. In 2023, in Malawi, the ministry there, in fact, in that case, they just shut them down, asked them to leave because the prices were exorbitant. MultiChoice went to court, sued the government, went to court, lost the case, and 4 months later came back, offered 1 week free for every subscriber, and dropped the prices.
No, the multi-choice limited no DSTV no omo fanechi eko sia ne deputy and omo ni have nkutan say like ono extend your contract no and I say on approve na deputy say na me boss then na me boss catch them o see na me boss akase catch them mo be fa me chi any
and on the basis of that I gave them up to the 7th to come back to me with something. And when I made that announcement, they rather wrote to my regulator, they wrote to the NCA that the NCA should write to them confirming that the NCA would not comply with my directive as minister.
Oh, okay. I see.
Look, the disrespect that has been shown, I have just kept my calm. You write to my regulator, you don't copy me, asking my regulator to write to you on my blind side, giving you assurance that they would disregard a policy direction from the ministry. Then the regulator writes to you and says, okay, the minister has asked us on the basis of the Electronic Communications Act for you to submit data, and it's in their regulations, in the license authorization we gave to them. We asked them to submit specific data, and we gave them 24 hours to submit the data. Now the data we asked was simple. Show us the cost breakdown of every bouquet you are offering in Ghana. Show us the taxes in all of that cost breakdown, and show us the comparison with 6 other African countries that we spelled out.
Okay.
Don't you think that that's information multi-choice should have at the top of their fingers?
Sure.
They wrote back to us and said they needed 7 days to provide that information. So the law says that when the regulator asks for information and you cannot provide it, every day you fail to provide it, we should fine you 10,000 Ghana cedis. That's what the law says. But because some judge is a church elder, I'm a good person. Sometimes.
Okay.
As a regulator, we invited them, we invoked the powers of the ECA. When they reached out to my superiors and said they wanted engagement, and I said, but I've engaged you. Because people think I just woke up and did
When you say they reached out to your superiors,
they reached out to my superiors. I said to them, I engaged you in June, the Ghanaian ownership of MultiChoice. I engaged you, made the point, and you made the point to me that the decision rested with your headquarters. I invited your headquarters, met them with the Ghanaian leadership, made my case to them. They asked me for about 16 days to make a decision. I granted that. In 16 days, they wrote me a 9-page letter with 6 graphs and bar charts explaining to me the instability of Ghana's economy and how our cedi appreciation cannot be trusted to be sustainable.
Oh, okay.
And then I wrote back to them and asked them, since when did MultiChoice become an economic forecasting institution? Yes, their license in Ghana is not to forecast economy. And I sent them links from the IMF, links from Fitch, and links from Standard & Poor's on the future outlook of Ghana's economy, and said that I would take a future forecast on our economy from those institutions and not from MultiChoice.
Okay, the number for Hanamudi Messi. Some say, yeah, so I read Martin now, so don't let us go great and please not so send a little to speak in the back. So, find the shelter, Macrama. Goodbye.